TravelingMel.com. Hey, thanks for joining us again. Today we are on an outdoor, educational, recreational, inspirational family field trip. We're going to 4 different state parks in southwest Montana. And if you've seen any of our videos or followed us anywhere else before, you know that we love to combine an educational element with our recreation. And so we've been doing a lot of reading ahead of time and watching videos and just getting ready, learning more about the history of this part of southwest Montana so that when we come out and immerse ourselves in the places, we can really understand them and get a better feeling for what happened here. So we will be taking you to the 5 different state parks, and I will also include in the blog post some of the materials we used beforehand and during the trip to kind of enhance the educational aspect of it. And we'll also show you how you can recreate here and enjoy the parks in winter. Beaverhead Rock State Park is accessed from a couple pull-offs right off the highway, and you get this great view of the big rock behind me. But it's also really good for educational opportunities because we are at the further north pull-out. There's 2, and they both have interpretive panels all around. So you can learn about prehistoric animals that lived here, the road from the gold mines out the Montana road out, and also, of course, Beaverhead Rock State Park and its significance in the Lewis and Clark expedition across Montana. The reason that Beaverhead Rock is an important historical site is that in 1805, when the Corps of Discovery, or Lewis and Clark, came through, Sacagawea, their guide, she recognized the rock and knew she was close to her homeland and close to her relatives. And the plan for Lewis and Clark was to acquire horses from her people, from her relatives, in hopes of getting over the Bitterroot Mountains. Bannack State Park is the highlight or centerpiece of our educational field trip, and it is a ghost town now, and it's really fun to walk around and explore. It was Montana's first territorial capital and where the gold rush in Montana began. So there's so much history here. And before that, it was the homeland to Shoshone and Bannack people. To come here in the winter, it's a little logistically different in the summer, of course. If you get here on a snowy day, which doesn't always happen, you can cross-country ski like we did. In a normal year, there's ice skating with a warming hut. And anytime, the vault toilets are open, so that's important to know. And the park is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is somebody here, so they will open the visitor center for you if you ask. And if you call ahead and get set it up, you can also get a tour in the winter. In the summer, they're scheduled all the time, and there's a campground and everything. But winter's a really neat time to come and explore and just really immerse yourself in it and picture how people would have been living back then, because it's cold and it's snowy and windy, and just trying to imagine what life was like in these structures. And some of them are also unlocked, so you can go in and walk around a little bit too.
Southwest Montana along with the Salish?
They come through, but they didn't.
A doctor in Montana named Mary Moore practiced here. There was a book written on her.
Oh, yeah?
In St. Mary's. This is the next doctor. You guys ever go to the Southwest? Yeah. Closed at Yellow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I see Dorothy all over the place. Headwater's not final. Yeah. I try to remain neutral.
Lost Creek State Park is a perfect stop on this educational family field trip because we've been studying the geology and the ecology of Montana along with the history, and now we're going to get up close and inspect it from our cross-country skis, which is our favorite place to view ecology. We're going to bring the binoculars, maybe do a little wildlife watching if we can, and maybe birds, and check out the cliffs and the geology of the area, and just immerse ourselves in it and kind of just talk about and decompress all the facts and figures and information we've acquired getting ready for this trip. One of the great things about this ski, besides it being so beautiful, is that there are interpretive signs on the way up in a couple different places. So we get to learn a little bit about the place from the signs. For the last stop on our educational tour here, we are at Anaconda Smokestack State Park. And of course, mining and smeltering and all of that kind of thing is really an important part of Montana's history. And so this smokestack, which is way up on the hill there, this is as close as you can get, is historic. And you can see it from anywhere practically within miles of Anaconda. So there are some great interpretive signs here that you can learn a little bit more about it, and some binocular kind of things for viewing them. And it's just a great quick stop to learn a little bit about this history. Hey, thanks for joining us on our family educational field trip, and we hope that you can do something the same or similar. So I will have all the resources in the blog post, linked below, of course, about how you can replicate this trip. Everything from the books and videos we took part in, that we read and watched before we came, to where we stayed and where we ate, and just the logistics of visiting these Montana state parks in winter. Thanks again for being here, and as always, we like it if you like us and subscribe and share it with your friends.